Hi, my name is Missy Smith. Welcome back to my kitchen. Today we're going to be preparing a fabulous pasta dish called butternut, sage, and sausage pasta. This is a really great dish. It is wonderful even for weeknights. It sounds a little complicated, but it's actually very easy, and it's really easy on the budget. First thing that we're going to do is cut some butternut squash. You're just going to peel it, and you're going to scoop out the seeds, and then we're going to cut it into 3/4-inch chunks because we want them to cook really fast. We're going to put it in a really hot oven. All right, so we're going to put those over here, and we'll get this out of the way. The next thing we're going to do is put our butternut squash on our pan. I actually cut up about 6 cups of butternut squash, and that equals about maybe 1.5 to 2 pounds. We're going to put that right in our pan. Just use a shallow baking dish, and we're going to spread it out in a nice even layer. And then we're going to season it up, and we're going to put some olive oil on it. Now the seasonings that we're using today are basil. So we're going to sprinkle that right over. And that's about a tablespoon. Then we're going to use about a tablespoon of rubbed sage. We're going to get that on there. The next thing we're going to do is get about 2 teaspoons or so of salt, a nice good big pinch. We want to make sure that we get enough flavor into our butternut squash. And we're also going to use some fresh ground black pepper. We'll go ahead and get a little bit of that ground up. And we'll sprinkle that right over the top. The next thing we want to do is drizzle about 2 tablespoons of olive oil over our butternut squash. This is going to make it flavorful and golden brown once it gets baked in the oven. So we're going to roast this off. So we're just going to put that over. We also want to use 3 cloves of garlic. Okay, so we've got our garlic in the pan, and the next thing that we want to do is put some green onion in. And I'm just going to put in 3 whole green onions. And the next thing that we're going to put on the pan to roast is Italian sausage. This is pork Italian sausage, but I've used chicken Italian sausage, turkey Italian sausage. All of it's wonderful. You just want that great Italian flavor, the fennel, the basil, the oregano, all of that's in there. So you want to get that. You want to get that right in there. So we just kind of nestle those sausages right in between the butternut squash. So that's pretty much it for what we're going to do with the butternut squash and sausage and onions, and we're going to go ahead and get that right in the oven. Now that's going to roast in a 425-degree oven for about 30 minutes. And then what we want to do is get our pasta going. So I've got a nice big pot of water going here. So we got a good bit of salt in the water. We're going to go ahead and put our penne, and I'm using mini penne. I love it. It cooks really, really fast in about 7 minutes or so, and the size is perfect, even for small kids. It's just the perfect size. So we're going to go ahead and get our pasta in. We're going to get that cooked up, and when we come back, I'm going to show you how to put the whole dish together. Hi, we're back. We're about to take our butternut squash and vegetables and sausage out of the oven. It's been roasting for about 30 minutes, and if you could smell this kitchen, the sage, the Italian sausage, the basil, it is wonderful. So let's get it out of the oven. I want you to see how pretty that is. The garlic has roasted nice and soft. It's almost a paste. The butternut squash is very, very tender. We're going to go ahead and get that ready to go in our pasta. And the sausage are perfectly cooked. I can tell you, I've got 3 children, and I just recently became a grandma for the first time. And about a year ago, my daughter got married, so now I have a wonderful son-in-law, and they've given me a beautiful granddaughter, Liliana. And they've been staying with us for a few weeks, and it's been beautiful. But you can imagine we've got a little bit of a crowd to feed. This is a wonderful dish for feeding a good amount of people. I'm just going to remove the green onions because they roasted whole. So we're going to put those over here on the cutting board as well. Everything else, though, we are going to put in a bowl, and we're going to mash the garlic and the butternut squash. Our family has been affected, like so many families, by the economy, layoffs, and that kind of thing. We're really needing to watch our pennies, and this is just one of those dishes that lends itself so well. And that's another reason why I love Philadelphia cream cheese. It is still one of the most economical ingredients and so versatile. So it's really, they've made it very easy to continue to use that product. All right, so we're going to get our butternut squash into the pan, and we're going to go ahead and mash that up a little bit. And I've got a potato masher right here. I don't want it pureed, so that's why I like to use the masher. What we're going to do, I've reserved 2 cups of the pasta water. It's still really hot, and we're going to use, to start off with, about a cup. And we've drained off our pasta and placed it in a nice big bowl to top. So we're going to go ahead and put about a cup of the pasta water in there. And here's the star, the Philadelphia cream cheese. We're going to go ahead and we've got 8 ounces of cream cheese. We're going to go ahead and break it up and put it in the pasta. And the pasta's still really hot. You want everything really hot because what's going to happen is the cream cheese is going to melt and make the creamiest, richest sauce that you could even imagine. So we're going to go ahead and get all that cream cheese in there, just in nice big chunks. And remember, your hands are your best tool in the kitchen. Just make sure they're clean. All right, so we've got all that in there. Then what we're going to do is toss in a half a cup of Parmesan cheese. And that just adds such a wonderful flavor. I love Parmesan cheese. So then you're going to go ahead and start mixing up the pasta. You're going to get it all stirred up. All right, so now we've got the cream cheese and pasta water melted in. I'm going to add just a touch more just to make sure we've got that nice creaminess going on. And again, you want to make sure your pasta's hot and your pasta water's hot. The next thing we're going to do is add our smashed butternut squash. It's got all those great flavors, the olive oil, the herbs and everything. So you're just going to go ahead and toss that in. What we're going to do is get ready to plate it up. And what I like to do, let me put this right over here, what I like to do is go ahead and slice the sausage up so that everyone gets some. And a good idea is to slice it on a bias or kind of on a diagonal. Look how juicy that is. That's what you get from roasting your Italian sausage. And I mean, the thing is, it took 30 minutes, and during that 30 minutes, you have time to talk to your children, or you get to, discuss homework and what happened that day. Maybe have a glass of wine with your husband. All right, so we'll just go ahead and get that sliced up, and I'll show you what I like to do. We'll move this over here. Get a nice big platter. All right, we're going to go ahead and spoon some of our pasta onto the platter. This smells so good. Get the pasta spooned onto the platter, and then take your sausages, and you just kind of lay them across in nice, kind of pretty pattern. There you have it. This is our butternut and sage with sausage pasta.